Hey there, folks. Another Take 5. James Hilliard here. Lane Sheldon is over there. We're talking about the MLO service, Microsoft License Optimization. It's a service. It's a process. Define it for us, Lane.
Microsoft License Optimization is a process that we created to help our customers make strategic Microsoft licensing decisions, whether that's in the context of a renewal, looking at a new agreement, evaluating the ongoing effectiveness of an existing agreement, whatever the context. Our MLO process is how we help customers make smart licensing decisions and save money.
And the end goal is to then sign an enterprise agreement, the right enterprise agreement for the customer. Once that is done, a concierge service kicks in. Define that for folks.
So concierge services is what we do after the agreement is signed, because those are usually large dollar agreements for customers. They're important decisions, and so we want to make sure that we have something in place for the care and feeding of that agreement over time. Concierge services is our model for making sure that what the customer decides on, that we keep that investment under control over time.
I travel for business. I rely on the concierge often in cities to tell me the things that I want to know, sometimes tell me the things that I didn't know that I want to know. Is that what we're talking about here? Is it that type of white glove service?
That's exactly how we modeled this service. We thought of the concierge, and the concierge is that person that is always available, always helpful, anticipates your needs, and responds before you even knew you had that need. That's really what we're trying to achieve with concierge services, is having something reliable, ongoing, effective throughout the life of the agreement, not just when you sign the agreement.
You've laid out these services on a timeline, 9 major steps. I want to break it down into 3 for today. Start off with tell me about practice publications.
So practice publications are how we bring information to our customers about what's going on with Microsoft licensing. So there's always a tremendous amount of information from multiple sources. So what we do is we break that down and we create our own content. So we have our monthly newsletter. We have our blog site where we post blog updates. We record webinars. We record podcasts. We produce white papers. We produce our own content where we break down all that information that's out there and try to translate that into what's useful to the customer.
And I hear that, the translate, the interpret it coming from Microsoft, make it digestible then for the end customers. I love it. Move on to Blueprint Refresh.
So during the MLO process, we created this blueprint, which is a roadmap of everything that the customer is probably going to do in their Microsoft stack over the coming years. The investment in large part is based on, things in that blueprint. But things change. So the blueprint refresh is how we keep that valuable, vital data up to date to make sure that the licensing investment stays in sync with the customer's business plans, IT strategy, et cetera. We refresh that on a regular basis to make sure that the investment stays aligned with the technology strategy.
And that sounds like one of those anticipatory ideas around a concierge, knowing what the customer needs before the customer might know that or need that. Let's move to the last one. 1 minute here. True Up Assist.
True-ups are a big part of any enterprise agreement, large or small. It's where we go in every year and look at what's changed and then how to license what's changed. And so we have a very comprehensive process from a project plan to final execution to help make sure that everything that needs to get done for that true-up process is done, it's done timely, and it's done with minimal impact to the customer.
Customers that want to learn more about the whole MLO process, also want to learn more about the concierge service, the other 6 steps, where do they go for more info?
Talk to one of our experts, one of our licensing specialists, one of our business development managers who can talk about all the different components of concierge services. Put that on a timeline so you can see exactly how those concierge services will play out for you during the course of your agreement, whether we're at the beginning of an agreement, in the middle of an agreement, even if we're towards the end of an agreement. We'll lay that out for you so you have a nice roadmap of what to expect and when, and you'll know what we're going to be holding, the standards that we'll be holding ourselves accountable to and that you can hold us accountable to as well, to ensure that we are there like that helpful concierge throughout the life of that contract.
Perfect, Lane. That's where we're going to wrap things up. Appreciate you being on board, explaining this part of MLO. Thank you, of course, to our listeners, and we do look forward to catching up with you throughout this Take 5 series.